There'll be more foreign students in Australia this year than ever before. It's one of the country's biggest export earners. But there's a problem. A new report has revealed that the agents that Australian universities use to recruit overseas students aren't keeping standards high enough. They're too keen to recruit students and to make money. Amanda Rishworth is the Shadow Assistant Minister for Higher Education. She joins us now from Adelaide. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning, Chris.
How big a problem do you think this is, this issue of standards for foreign students?
Well, look, I think what the Productivity Commission has indicated is that we do need to act if we're going to maintain our reputation for providing an excellent quality in higher education. And I think what it's clearly said is there is a responsibility on institutions, universities, to ensure that the agents are recruiting those students that can succeed at Australian universities, and also obviously ensure that their standards are of a high quality. But I think it's also pointed that the government also has a responsibility to ensure that standards are maintained. It is in our national interest and the long-term sustainability of our higher education export sector to maintain a high quality in our universities.
Now, let's be clear here. The finger's being pointed at these agents, but this isn't a new phenomenon. These agencies have been used for years and years. If the universities themselves weren't happy with the standards, surely they'd be telling the agents that. Isn't this an indication that our universities are complicit in this lowering of standards?
Well, look, I think it is incumbent on the universities to ensure that the agents they are engaging do produce or provide high quality candidates for universities, and of course the universities themselves ensuring that they have that they ensure quality within their university. I am very concerned that the government, though, has cut 40% from the higher education regulator, TESCA, that their job is to regulate within the environment of higher education. Their budget has been cut by 40%, so it makes it harder to ensure quality when the regulator and the which is the government ensuring that there is sufficient oversight, has had its budget cut significantly. I think it is incumbent on the government to engage in this issue. They seem to be not interested. The minister seems to not want to even engage with this issue. And I do think it's incumbent of them to restore the funding to the higher education regulator and ensure and make sure that they're taking steps to ensure quality in our universities.
Would that of itself be enough just to restore that 40% cut in funding? Because, as I said, it seems to be that the universities and the agents both have enormous incentives here to drop standards if it increases their revenue. Would simply be restoring funding to the regulator be enough, or are another reforms needed?
Well, look, that I think is an important first step, because if the regulator is under-resourced, then how can you ensure that universities are meeting and indeed the students are meeting the bar, I guess, that they need to make. But of course, it is incumbent for universities and in particular to understand that the quality of our system as a whole will determine the long-term sustainability of this very, very important export sector. A piece of paper from an Australian university needs to, in the future, mean a high-quality education and a world-class graduate. And so, of course, now, as it's been pointed out, it can be difficult because universities do engage many agents, sometimes hundreds of agents that are doing the work for them in international markets. But the universities do have to, I think, and the institutions have to make sure that those agents are doing the right thing and are producing quality candidates. But there is a role for government, and it is important that we do have a strong regulator, independent regulator, and oversight of this.